The lively atmosphere of Live with Kelly and Mark was suddenly disrupted when Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, unexpectedly walked onto the set. What was meant to be a delightful surprise for viewers quickly turned into a tense confrontation. Markle's arrival during a commercial break shocked everyone. The audience, initially excited at the thought of a royal guest, fell silent as the scene unfolded. Consuelos, visibly irritated, questioned her presence, emphasizing the show's tight schedule and the disruption her unplanned visit caused. "Meghan, what are you doing here?" he asked sharply. "This is our show. You can't just walk in unannounced." Unfazed, Markle attempted to downplay the situation, claiming she was just in the neighborhood and thought she'd stop by. "Is that a problem?" she asked nonchalantly, her tone almost defiant. The tension in the studio was palpable as the co-hosts engaged in a heated exchange. Consuelos made it clear he was unhappy with the disruption, while Markle maintained a casual, almost defiant attitude. "It is a problem, actually," Consuelos retorted. "We're going live in minutes, and we have a strict schedule to follow. You can't just show up whenever you feel like it." When Markle tried to speak, Consuelos raised his hand to silence her. "No, listen," he said firmly. "This is our show, co-hosted by my wife Kelly. You can't just come in here and start talking over us. That's not how this works." The audience, who had been eagerly anticipating the start of the show, found themselves witnessing an uncomfortable confrontation. Many shifted uneasily in their seats, unsure of how to react. Just then, Kelly Ripa emerged from backstage, seemingly unaware of the tension. "What's going on out here?" she asked, her gaze shifting between Consuelos and Markle. Consuelos quickly explained the situation, outlining Markle's unexpected arrival and his objections to her disrupting the show. Ripa's expression turned serious as she listened. Once Consuelos finished, she addressed Markle directly. "I'm sorry, but Mark is right," she said, her tone firm but kind. "You can't just show up on a set like this. We have a schedule to maintain, and our audience is waiting for the show to begin." She continued, "I know you're accustomed to a certain level of privilege, but that doesn't apply here. This is our studio, our show. We need to ask you to leave." Markle's smile vanished, and for a moment, she seemed surprised. Then her expression hardened, and she stood tall. "I see," she said coolly. "Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I was only trying to be friendly and supportive, but if my presence is so unwelcome, then I suppose I have no choice but to go." Markle turned and left the set, leaving Consuelos and Ripa to regain their composure before the cameras started rolling. The audience, initially thrilled at the prospect of a royal guest, now sat in stunned silence as the show resumed. Consuelos and Ripa briefly addressed the incident, apologizing to the audience for the disruption and assuring them that everything was under control. However, the tension lingered, and many viewers took to social media to share their thoughts on the confrontation. Some praised Consuelos and Ripa for standing their ground and maintaining professionalism in the face of Markle's unexpected arrival, arguing that the co-hosts had a responsibility to their audience and crew to ensure the smooth running of the show and were right to ask Markle to leave. Others criticized the co-hosts for being too harsh and suggested they should have been more welcoming to the royal guest. Regardless of one's perspective, the incident undoubtedly left a lasting impression. The Live with Kelly and Mark team would be dealing with the consequences for some time to come.